Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to go through why you need to leave your hometown. So about 3 years ago, I'd done a little bit of traveling, but I'd never fully committed to leaving Perth, Australia, which is where I grew up. However, COVID happened. I was left with the ability to do nothing, and I was forced to leave. During that period, I made a 30-hour flight to Mexico and left my hometown. Ever since then, haven't looked back. And looking back now, it's the best decision that I ever made. But in this video, I'm going to go through what the things are that are probably holding you back from making this move and how you can get rid of it. So the first thing, guys, is probably fear. This was the biggest thing for me. Chances are it's the next thing that's holding you back. I just want to note, turn off the news, ignore the social media bullshit. Go see the world for yourself. It's not as scary as you think. Obviously, guys, your country doesn't really want you to leave. In terms of what you've heard of every country outside, you probably heard something dangerous, or you're going to get sick, or some sort of bullshit. So just keep that in mind. Try and just blank off all of that. If you're watching the news in general, just get rid of it out of your life in general. It's fucking terrible for your mind. The next thing I want to say is obviously Latin America and Asia are the two big ones that you're probably gonna go to. They're cheap and they're really good. First of all, Asia's super safe, so you wouldn't even need to worry about anything to do with fear in regards to that. And Latin ain't far behind if you're not an idiot, guys. I've been in Latin America for 2 years now and haven't had one single problem here. So as I said before, guys, like, keep in mind what's going on in your hometown. They want you to be scared. They want you to stay in your hometown. They want you to pay taxes. They want you to feed their economy and have a job. That's why you're probably hearing the shit that you're hearing. No one really fully wants to make the leap of leaving. And so just keep that in mind, that when you ponder that opinion or you're saying that you're going to leave, you're going to have shit coming towards you, whether it's friends, family telling you, oh no, that's dangerous, that's scary, don't do that. It happened to me. Ignore the bullshit. Go see it for yourself. The next thing, guys, is probably holding you back is your social circle. Obviously, you probably got a bunch of mates in your hometown. You head out to the bar, you go drinking together and whatnot. But guys, if you really want to make some moves in life and grow, you probably want to get out of that environment, and it's a win-win situation because chances are most of your friends are losers, and you're going to be able to meet winners when you're out and about in Asia and Latin America. In terms of me, I have a pretty solid group of friends back home. I love seeing them when I'm back, but I cannot be there full time, guys. I won't grow anywhere near as much as I do here being outside, leaving the hometown. The other thing, guys, is you no longer need to bite your tongue. You can just speak your mind with these people that you meet outside. For the most part, a lot of the guys that I've met here in Latin America are on the same page as me. And there's no weaving in and out opinions around people, whether it's, your friends or your friends' parents or, your family's friends. There's none of that crap. You say what you want and people are on the same page as you. It's a good feeling and it's a better environment to be around. You stop doubting yourself when it comes to, what you want to do with your life or anything. Yeah, so the next thing, guys, is just how many like-minded people you're going to meet in this part of the world, Latin and Asia. For me personally, I found to have met more higher level entrepreneurs in Latin America. But if you're starting out your journey, Asia's a pretty good spot as well because a lot of people start out there. The next thing, guys, is if you make this move, you're going to save money and you're going to be able to invest more. Chances are you're from the West and the prices there are just fucking ridiculous. It's not even worth it. It's a lot cheaper in Latin America and Asia for you to be able to get ahead and focus on what you need to do. You're going to be able to grow quicker because of that, guys. So if you're saving all this money and then you're investing more, obviously you're going to grow more. You're going to have more in the bank and you're going to be able to make the decisions that you want to make quicker. It's very hard to get ahead in the West, especially if you're starting out. So that is another good reason. In terms of the lifestyle, guys, it's going to also increase. So you're going to be saving money in these countries, but you're also going to have a better lifestyle. You're going to be able to afford your own place, living alone. You're going to be able to afford going to restaurants every night if you want to. You're going to be able to afford getting food delivered every night. These things are genuinely affordable to do, whereas in your Western country, probably not the smartest thing to do every day, especially if you're starting out and you're thinking about making this move. It's only getting worse as well, guys. So find an online income in the West, whether that's an online job or you've got an e-commerce store selling to Americans, or you're a freelancer selling to Americans, whatever it is. Find an income in the West, move out to a cheaper country, and you have yourself a win-win situation. The next thing I want to go through, guys, is it's literally just a slow death staying where you are right now. It's safe, you know everything, and it's just too predictable. It's too easy. Think about it. Just genuinely think about your life right now. You can probably guess where you're going to be 6 months from now or a year from now. There's no room for growth. You need to be able to put yourself in scary, uncomfortable situations so you're forced to grow. Me making that move to Mexico, guys, was pretty scary at the time. But once I had done it and I was there for a couple of weeks, I felt like I had grown. Obviously, everyone told me that it was super, super scary. I realized it wasn't. And it just broke a lot of barriers in my mind. And that's something that you need to do yourself. You will definitely regret it and be pondering, what if later on, if you don't at least try, guys, leaving the hometown. I would definitely recommend 6 months minimum, just bail. Whether that means you don't find online income and you just save up 10K or 15K and make the move and do whatever after. That's a good idea as well. It will definitely be good for your mind and everything around it. You need to remember, guys, if you're young like me, whether you're in your teens or your 20s, you need to be experiencing shit, building memories. You cannot experience that much in your hometown. It's the same shit. It's just a cycle. Whereas when you jump in another country and you're going around different places, the amount of things you learn, whether it's languages, new cultures, foods, new people, you build up so many stories, guys. I lived in Latin for 2 years. I feel like I have like 10 years worth of stories. I came back home to Australia and I just constantly had stories to tell. Whereas if I had stayed home, it wouldn't be 10% of the stories, guys. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The last thing I want to go over, guys, is you'll never know you're in the right place if you never leave. So at least just try. Use this time to travel. Go to Asia, go to Latin, go see what you like, test the waters, and actually see for yourself and see what you prefer. Break the barriers as well of the norm and all the bullshit that you've heard. Like I was saying before, everyone's going to say it's dangerous here, or this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Go for yourself, see it for yourself. Never take anyone's opinion, because usually they're people that have never even fucking been to these countries. So keep that in mind. Worst case scenario is, guys, you don't like it and you go back to live with your parents. Whatever. You made the move, at least you tried. That's definitely not going to happen. You got to stay there. You're going to try and live there. But yeah, if it happens, you've got that. The next thing, guys, is like, if you don't leave, how are you supposed to know what you like? Just in generally speaking, like, how are you supposed to know what cultures you like, what food, what people, what lifestyle you prefer? And the big one, guys, is how are you supposed to know what women you like? Guarantee you right now you're going to prefer Latinas or Asians over whatever you've got there in the West. It is a completely different ball game, and the girls are just 10 times better when it comes to looks, personality, everything. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. But apart from that, guys, that's pretty much everything I can think of. If you liked the video, give me a like and help me out. And if you have anything to say, put it down in the comments and I'll get back to you there. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.